In a seismic shift that reverberated through the halls of power and the global financial markets alike, Elon Musk, the enigmatic CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, has officially announced the formation of a new political entity, the America Party. This bold declaration, made over the weekend on his social media platform X, formerly Twitter, marks a dramatic escalation of his public feud with President Donald Trump and has immediately sent shockwaves through both the political establishment and his vast business empire. Musk's decision to launch a third party stems directly from his profound disapproval of President Trump's recently signed sweeping tax cuts law. Once a prominent ally and even a member of the Trump administration heading the Department of Government Efficiency DOGE, Musk broke ranks as the bill progressed through Congress. He had previously threatened the creation of the America Party if this insane spending bill passes. A threat he evidently made good on. When it comes to bankrupting our country with waste and graft, we live in a one-party system, not a democracy, Musk declared on X. Today the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom. This move represents a stark reversal from his earlier stance in May, when he indicated he would spend a lot less on politics as his White House tenure concluded. The immediate political reaction was swift and dismissive from the White House. President Trump, when asked about Musk's proposition, called it ridiculous, asserting that it's always been a two-party system and that third parties just adds to confusion and have never worked. Indeed, the American political landscape has historically been dominated by the Republican and Democratic parties, with third parties struggling to gain significant traction. However, Musk's unique position as the world's richest man, with an estimated wealth of $400 billion, and his proven willingness to spend, having contributed at least $250 million to Trump's 2024 election campaign, introduces an unprecedented variable. His stated focus for the next 12 months is on influencing the 2026 midterm elections for the House and Senate, potentially aiming to oust any member of Congress who voted for Trump's disgusting abomination of a bill which he claims will expand the national debt by a record $5 trillion. Beyond the political rhetoric, Musk has begun to outline the nascent party's platform on X, indicating positions that are largely libertarian-leaning and aligned with his tech-forward vision. He has affirmed that the America Party will be staunchly pro-Second Amendment, declaring it sacred. On economic policy, he has expressed a pro-Bitcoin stance, stating fiat is hopeless. So yes, when asked about the cryptocurrency. Other tenets include a commitment to free speech, reduced regulations, particularly in energy, modernizing the military with AI/robotics, being pro-tech, pro-natalist, and adopting centrist policies everywhere else. The financial markets reacted with immediate apprehension to Musk's political gambit. Tesla shares plummeted by 7.5% in early U.S. trading on Monday, wiping a staggering $76 billion off the company's market value and reducing Musk's personal stake by nearly $10 billion. Investors are clearly concerned that Musk's deep dive into the tumultuous world of politics will distract him from his core responsibilities at Tesla and SpaceX, two companies heavily reliant on his vision and leadership. Dan Ives, an analyst at Wedbush Securities, articulated this sentiment, stating very simply, Musk diving deeper into politics and now trying to take on the Beltway establishment is exactly the opposite direction that Tesla investors/shareholders want him to take during this crucial period for the Tesla story. He added that there was a broader sense of exhaustion among investors regarding Musk's political engagement. Furthermore, there are worries that his reignited feud with President Trump could lead to costly repercussions for his businesses, which depend on billions of dollars in government contracts. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who previously clashed with Musk during his Doge tenure, hinted at this concern, suggesting that Tesla's board of directors would likely be encouraging him to focus on his business activities, not his political activities. While Musk has been soliciting feedback for the America Party on X, the formal steps for its creation remain somewhat unclear. Initial searches of the Federal Election Commission database revealed multiple newly formed America Party entries, some even incorporating Doge or X in their names, but many appeared to be inauthentic, listing untraceable email addresses. This highlights the early, perhaps chaotic stages of this ambitious political undertaking. As the dust settles from this weekend's announcements, the implications of Elon Musk's America Party are profound and multifaceted. It presents a formidable challenge to the established two-party system backed by unprecedented personal wealth. Yet it also introduces significant volatility for his corporate ventures, particularly Tesla, whose brand and bottom line could be impacted by an increasingly politicized leader. The coming months leading up to the 2026 midterms will undoubtedly be a crucial test of Musk's political influence and the resilience of his tech empire in the face of this new high-stakes venture into the American political arena. In a political landscape increasingly shaped by efficiency drives and the outsized influence of tech titans, the acronym DOGE has taken on a surprisingly multifaceted significance this week, reflecting both earnest attempts at governmental streamlining and the turbulent intersection of technology, finance, and public service. From federal budget cuts spearheaded by a former tech mogul to a new state-level task force and even the launch of a new political party, the ripple effects are being felt across the nation and in the stock market. At the federal level, the much-discussed Department of Government Efficiency DOGE, formerly led by Elon Musk, is now prompting a significant fiscal reckoning. President Donald Trump has formally requested Congress to claw back $9.4 billion in federal funding, representing a portion of the cuts the agency claims to have achieved. While Musk, who departed the administration in late May, had initially set an ambitious target of eliminating $2 trillion in government spending, DOGE now asserts it has cut $175 billion. The current request sent to Congress on June 3 targets key areas including the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which provides funding for NPR and PBS, and various foreign aid agencies like the U.S. Agency for International Development (USAID) and the World Health Organization. The proposed rescissions have ignited a fierce debate on Capitol Hill. House Speaker Mike Johnson quickly voiced support, stating that the lower chamber would vote on the proposal as quickly as possible. Johnson lauded the effort, remarking, "Under President Trump, every federal taxpayer dollar is actually being used to serve the American people, not to fund a bloated bureaucracy or purely partisan pet projects." He also thanked Musk and his DOGE team for identifying wasteful, duplicative, and outdated programs. Conversely, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Patty Murray, the top Democrat on the Senate Appropriations Committee, condemned the cuts, particularly those to public media, as an attempt to settle political scores and muzzle the free press. They also warned that cuts to foreign aid would undermine programs crucial for countering China's malign influence, save lives, and address other bipartisan priorities. The White House's justification for these cuts has also drawn scrutiny, with a formal request seeking to eliminate $500 million from USAID's budget by stripping funding for activities like family planning, reproductive health, LGBTQI+ activities, and equity programs, claiming this would reinstate focus on appropriate health and life spending. With Congress having 45 days to act and only a simple majority vote required in the Senate to pass the request, the legislative battle is expected to be swift. The immediate impacts of these federal cuts are already becoming apparent, with reports indicating that small nonprofits in the Philadelphia area are grappling with how to adapt to the new financial realities. Meanwhile, in Texas, the oil and gas regulator is also embracing its own version of the DOGE treatment. Commissioner Wayne Christian announced the formation of the Delivering Oil and Gas Efficiently Task Force. Unlike its federal namesake, Christian clarified that this state railroad commission initiative is not about personnel reductions. Instead, the task force aims to reduce administrative delays and modernize the agency's systems. As a lifelong conservative, I believe government works best when it's limited, efficient, and accountable, Christian stated last month, emphasizing that the task force is about making the agency run smarter, not bigger. Details regarding the task force's composition remain unclear, as Christian's office has yet to respond to requests for comment. Adding another layer to the DOGE narrative, Elon Musk, now the former head of the Federal Department of Government Efficiency, has reignited investor angst surrounding Tesla after unveiling plans to launch a new U.S. political party, the America Party, over the weekend. This move, which comes shortly after his departure from the Trump administration, is reportedly a direct response to his displeasure with President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. Tesla shares plummeted nearly 7% in pre-market trading on Monday, continuing a challenging period that has seen the stock lose more than 21% year-to-date and 35% since December. Analysts attribute this decline to a confluence of factors: Musk's renewed political engagement, which investors fear will distract him from Tesla's core business, the escalating feud between Musk and Trump, including presidential threats to cut government contracts and subsidies, and Tesla's own struggles with declining deliveries and an aging vehicle lineup. Neil Wilson, a UK investor strategist at Saxo Markets, captured the sentiment, stating, "Investors are worried about two things. One is more Trump ire affecting subsidies, and the other, more importantly, is a distracted Musk." Wedbush analyst Dan Ives echoed this, noting that many Tesla investors are experiencing a sense of exhaustion over Musk's persistent immersion in politics. Even investment firms are reacting, with Azoria Partners delaying the listing of a Tesla exchange-traded fund. Trump himself dismissed Musk's new party as ridiculous, citing potential conflicts of interest given Musk's business ventures. The confluence of these events paints a vivid picture of a dynamic era where the pursuit of governmental efficiency, whether real or perceived, is deeply intertwined with political maneuvering and the personal ambitions of influential figures. As Congress deliberates the proposed federal cuts and as Elon Musk navigates the launch of his new political party amidst investor scrutiny, the full scope of the Doge effect, in all its iterations, remains to be seen, promising continued headlines and significant impacts on public services industries and the political landscape. In a dramatic turn of events that sent ripples through both financial markets and the political landscape, Tesla's stock price experienced a significant slide on Monday after CEO Elon Musk announced the formation of a new political entity, the America Party. The move, which Musk had previously hinted at, comes on the heels of a contentious split from President Trump and the recent passage of the president's signature budget bill. Early Monday trading saw shares of the electric vehicle giant plummet by 7%, settling at $293 per share. This sharp decline underscores deep investor apprehension regarding Musk's increasing entanglement in the Washington political scene, especially at a time when Tesla faces considerable challenges in its core automotive business. Musk's declaration, made on X, formerly Twitter, over the weekend fulfilled a threat he had issued if President Trump's sweeping policy and spending bill were to pass. The legislation was signed into law on July 4, prompting Musk to state on Saturday, "Today the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom." He further elaborated on Friday that his nascent party would strategically target specific electoral races, focusing on just 2 or 3 Senate seats and 8 to 10 House districts to sway the razor-thin Republican majority. The announcement was met with swift and sharp rebuke from President Trump, who took to Truth Social on Sunday to label Musk a train wreck and declare that he had gone completely off the rails. Despite Musk's bold pronouncements, concrete details regarding the complex process of officially establishing a new political party, which necessitates adherence to diverse state and federal regulations, remain conspicuously absent. This latest foray into politics by the billionaire CEO has reignited long-standing investor concerns about the potential damage to the Tesla brand. These worries were previously amplified when Musk took on a central role in the Trump administration as the head of the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, a position he stepped back from in late May. His public falling out with Mr. Trump over the budget bill, however, now appears to have propelled him back into the political fray with renewed vigor. Very simply, Musk diving deeper into politics and now trying to take on the Beltway establishment is exactly the opposite direction that Tesla investors/shareholders want him to take during this crucial period for the Tesla story, noted Wedbush analyst Dan Ives in a research note released on Sunday. Ives added, "While the core Musk supporters will back Musk at every turn no matter what, there is broader sense of exhaustion from many Tesla investors that Musk keeps heading down the political track. The timing of Musk's political venture is particularly precarious for Tesla. The company has been grappling with a significant downturn in sales, with electric vehicle deliveries falling by more than 13% from April to June compared to the same period last year. The situation is even more stark in Europe, where sales plummeted by almost 50% in April, even as the overall electric car market in the region experienced growth. According to data released by the European Automobile Manufacturers Association in May. This suggests that Tesla is not merely facing a market slowdown but rather losing ground within a growing sector. As Elon Musk embarks on this ambitious political undertaking, the implications for Tesla, his personal brand, and the broader tech industry remain uncertain. The immediate market reaction clearly signals investor unease, highlighting the delicate balance between a CEO's personal pursuits and their corporate responsibilities. The coming months will reveal whether the America Party gains any tangible political traction, and more crucially how Tesla navigates these turbulent waters while attempting to regain its sales momentum and investor confidence. In the relentless pursuit of pushing humanity's boundaries, SpaceX continues to captivate the world with its ambitious endeavors, yet recent developments underscore the complex interplay of technical challenges, environmental scrutiny, and legal hurdles that define the cutting edge of space exploration. While the company gears up for another Starlink satellite mission aiming for a Tuesday morning launch from Cape Canaveral, its pathway to interstellar travel and critical defense contracts remains fraught with both spectacular achievements and significant setbacks. Just last month, on March 6, 2025, SpaceX's massive Starship prototype experienced a rapid unscheduled disassembly approximately 10 minutes into its 8th test flight. Launched from the Starbase facility near Boca Chica Beach in Texas, the 400-foot-tall vehicle lost altitude control after several engines ceased functioning just 20 seconds before its ascent burn was complete. The dramatic failure, witnessed by nearly 1 million viewers online as the ship spun out of control before exploding, marked the second such incident for Starship in 2 months. Despite the loss of the main vehicle and its inability to deploy test satellites, the mission did achieve a notable success, the third ever catch of its Super Heavy booster by the Chopsticks mechanical arms back at the Texas launch pad. SpaceX acknowledged the incident, stating, "Our team immediately began coordination with safety officials to implement pre-planned contingency responses. We will review the data from today's flight test to better understand root cause. As always, success comes from what we learn, and today's flight will offer additional lessons to improve Starship's reliability." This philosophy of iterative development, characterized by rapid testing and learning from failures, is central to SpaceX's strategy for achieving its ultimate goal of pioneering travel to the Moon and Mars through fully and rapidly reusable rockets. However, the company's innovation isn't just navigating the vacuum of space, it's also contending with terrestrial environmental concerns. The U.S. Air Force recently suspended a proposed hypersonic rocket cargo delivery project developed in partnership with SpaceX due to significant environmental objections. The project, which aimed to test rocket re-entry vehicles from Johnston Atoll, a remote U.S. territory in the Pacific, drew immediate alarms from scientists and wildlife advocates. This atoll is a protected part of the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument, serving as a critical breeding ground for 14 species of tropical seabirds, including dense colonies of frigate birds and boobies. Biologists and conservationists warned that the planned operation, involving high-speed re-entry vehicles capable of delivering 100 tons of cargo within 90 minutes, would be highly disruptive to the fragile ecosystem. This decision follows a troubling pattern for SpaceX. A 2023 Starship launch in Boca Chica, Texas, also led to the destruction of local shorebird nests, prompting legal challenges and public criticism. While the Air Force considers alternative test sites, the suspension highlights the growing tension between rapid technological advancement and the imperative for ecological responsibility, especially as space ventures increasingly intersect with sensitive natural environments. Adding to its complex operational landscape, SpaceX also received a court ruling allowing it to pursue a retaliation lawsuit against a California agency. While specific details of the dispute remain under wraps, this legal development underscores another facet of the challenges a high-profile, rapidly expanding company like SpaceX faces, navigating not only technical and environmental hurdles but also intricate regulatory and legal battles. As SpaceX continues its ambitious journey from launching internet constellations to developing the next generation of deep space vehicles, it finds itself at a critical juncture. The upcoming Starlink launch signifies its ongoing commitment to expanding global connectivity, yet the recent Starship explosion, the Air Force's environmental suspension, and ongoing legal disputes paint a picture of a company pushing the boundaries of what's possible while simultaneously grappling with the profound implications of its innovations. The path forward for SpaceX will undoubtedly require a delicate balance between its audacious goals and a heightened responsiveness to regulatory frameworks, environmental stewardship, and public accountability. In a whirlwind of digital exchanges that have become characteristic of his public persona, tech titan Elon Musk has once again commanded headlines, engaging in a high-profile social media skirmish with former President Donald Trump while simultaneously wading into the contentious waters surrounding the Jeffrey Epstein files. The events unfolding rapidly on Monday, July 7, 2025 underscore the volatile intersection of technology leadership, political discourse, and the ever-present influence of platforms like X, formerly Twitter. The latest episode in the long-running, often unpredictable rivalry between Musk and Trump ignited when the former president reportedly dismissed a situation as a train wreck. Musk, never one to shy away from a verbal joust, swiftly retorted with mockery, demonstrating a consistent willingness to engage directly with his critics, particularly those in the political arena. This dynamic, dubbed by some as a Twitter feud that keeps on giving, highlights the personal and often performative nature of high-stakes public communication in the digital age. Both figures are masters of using social media to shape narratives and rally support, often bypassing traditional media gatekeepers, and their interactions invariably draw significant attention, fueling an endless cycle of commentary and speculation. The underlying tension between the two, which has seen them swing from allies to adversaries and back again, adds another layer of intrigue to their public spats. However, the day's commentary from Musk took a more serious and arguably more controversial turn as he responded to recent developments concerning the Jeffrey Epstein files. Following a Department of Justice and FBI memo that reportedly declared there was no Epstein list of co-conspirators, Musk launched what some observers described as a nuclear response on X. He made a pointed pedophile dig and notably questioned the declaration, stating, "Unless both sides were guilty." This bold assertion from the owner of one of the world's most influential social media platforms immediately amplified public skepticism and fueled conspiracy theories surrounding the high-profile case. Musk's decision to directly challenge official statements regarding such a sensitive and globally scrutinized issue reflects his self-appointed role as a free speech absolutist and his propensity to act as a public provocateur. His comments, published across various news outlets including FinancialExpress.com and TMZ, resonate deeply within a public already wary of institutional transparency. By leveraging his platform and immense reach, Musk effectively injects himself into critical societal conversations, often forcing mainstream media to react to his pronouncements rather than setting the agenda. This behavior, while lauded by some as courageous and truth-seeking, is also criticized for potentially spreading unverified claims and contributing to a fragmented information landscape, where the line between opinion and fact becomes increasingly blurred. The impact of these twin episodes extends beyond mere social media drama. Musk's direct challenges to established narratives, whether political or judicial, underscore the evolving power dynamics in information dissemination. As the owner of X, his personal views and willingness to engage directly in highly charged debates inevitably shape the platform's perceived neutrality and its role in global discourse. This creates a unique challenge. How does a platform maintain integrity and combat misinformation when its owner is a leading voice in controversial discussions? Looking ahead, these incidents solidify Musk's position not just as a tech innovator but as a formidable and unpredictable force in the broader public square. His continued forays into political and social commentary suggest that the blurring lines between technology, media, and governance will only become more pronounced. Demanding ongoing scrutiny of the responsibilities that come with such immense digital influence, the frontier of human-computer interaction is rapidly expanding, with brain-computer interface (BCI) technology emerging as one of the most transformative fields of the 21st century. At the forefront of this revolution is Elon Musk's Neuralink, which has recently accelerated its clinical trials, but a burgeoning global race indicates that competition is heating up, promising even faster advancements in the years to come. Neuralink has made significant strides, officially implanting its N1 brain-computer interfaces in 7 individuals to date. This progress, confirmed by the company's surgical partner Barrow Neurological Institute, marks a crucial phase for the technology. According to a posting on X by the institute, 6 of these procedures were performed at their Phoenix, Arizona facility. The overarching goal of Neuralink's PRIME study is to meticulously demonstrate the safety and effectiveness of its core components: the N1 implant itself, the sophisticated R1 surgical robot used for implantation, and the N1 user app designed for patient interaction. While no BCIs have yet received full approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration (FDA), Neuralink secured a breakthrough device designation from the FDA on May 1. This designation, a significant step, applies specifically to its BCI device intended to help restore communication for individuals suffering from severe speech impairments. The journey has not been without its challenges. Noland Arbaugh, the first person to receive the N1 implant in 2023, experienced medical issues in the initial year when some of the threads connecting the interface to his brain retracted. Neuralink responded swiftly, updating the chip's algorithm, a measure the company states successfully resolved the problem. Arbaugh, who previously relied on a mouth stick and tablet due to a spinal cord injury, has since showcased the remarkable capabilities of the device, using it to play video games, learn Japanese, and even deepen his understanding of neurology. His 1-year anniversary with the Link was recently celebrated by Neuralink's social media team, who expressed gratitude to Arbaugh and other trial participants, calling them pioneers essential for innovation. Despite Neuralink's quick ramp-up to 7 active users, the broader landscape of BCI implants remains incredibly niche. Globally, fewer than 100 individuals currently have brain-computer interfaces, a minuscule fraction of the world's population. Even if this number were to double to 200 in the coming year, it would still represent an infinitesimally small percentage, highlighting the nascent stage of this technology. However, the limited numbers belie the intense international competition simmering beneath the surface. Nations are vying for leadership in this groundbreaking field, with China emerging as a formidable contender. The Chinese Institute for Brain Research (CIBR) and NewCyber Neurotech, both based in China, are rapidly developing and producing their own BCIs, closely mirroring Neuralink's advancements. To date, they have successfully implanted chips in 3 human participants. Next year, after getting regulatory approval, we will do formal clinical trials that will include around 50 patients, stated Luo Minmin, director of CIBR and NewCyber's chief scientist, to reporters at the Zhongguancun Forum in Beijing. NewCyber Neurotech has ambitious plans to increase its implant recipients to 13 by the end of 2025, signaling a direct challenge to US-based innovators like Neuralink. The race to pioneer brain-computer interface technology is clearly escalating, driven by the profound potential to transform lives, particularly for those with severe disabilities. While the immediate focus remains on restoring vital functions like communication, the long-term implications stretch far beyond, hinting at a future where human cognition and digital interaction are seamlessly interwoven. As more companies and research institutions enter the fray and as clinical trials expand globally, the pace of innovation is set to accelerate, bringing closer the day when brain chips become a more widespread reality. The ultimate winner in this global contest remains to be seen, but the beneficiaries will undoubtedly be those whose lives are enhanced by these revolutionary advancements.